Hello everybody, hope you're having a good day. And today we have here, can you tell where we are? It's not as obvious, this one. There's Nashville, in Tennessee. The skyline here with the Batman building. For those who have been Nashville, you know what I'm talking about. Is the building in downtown that flash out the light like the Batman in Gotham. We always nickname it the Batman building. Now it shows the country music, so it's supposed to have the country hall thing, but it's because I've not been there, that's why I didn't draw it. I put the Cumberland Science Museum here because that was the name when I went there. And because it's a science museum, I put Deoxy there, the defense one. So, yeah, they renamed it to Adventure or something. I put it in the description, but I forgot what they renamed it already. It was a small museum back then, and I mean, not science museum, but it's actually a really, really, really small one. It's more like a local, younger children's museum at that point. But I've heard after they changed the name, it grew bigger, so I'm not sure. I went there as volunteer, so I drew it. It was kind of funny because I told my husband we've been there, and he don't remember. So luckily, we took a picture. Well, technically, I took our picture because he hates picture, and I have proof that he's been there because otherwise he would never believe me. We also went to the Vanderbilt University. It was a very nice private university there, and the tour was nice. It was just what you expected in one of those private universities. It's very nice, very, very nice. And they are famous because, of course, Vanderbilt built it. So, their family built it. So it was the clock tower there. That's one of the most popular featured building. I think that was the admission building or something. Not too sure, forgot. We also went to the First Art Museum where they have the balls decorated. I believe it's across the street. I'm not sure if it's on the street or across the street, but they have a bunch of gray big cement balls outside the building. That's what I remember. The three things I remember there. One is the big balls outside the building, which was amazing. It's kind of like your Target red ones, but it's like grade bigger. That's one. Of course, we took pictures there. Second was they have a hair exhibition when we went there. So imagine you have a bunch of hairs on your carpet, multiply them by 10,000 million strands of it, and that's what the museum exhibition was. Yeah, it's kind of scary, and it was made with real hair. The exhibition, so that kind of hard to forget. And the first thing is they have a little like interactive art for kid section where the kids can do their own paintings. We were adults at that point. We sit there and do a bunch of paintings, and my husband decided to do one that looks like child work. But then his has a very dark meme for it. At that point, it was not my husband, so is that a warning sign, by the way? His is like the end of the world meme, basically. Yeah, I was like, you have two children sitting right there while we are sitting, and you're explaining the end of the world while the kids are next to us. That doesn't sound too fun. Anyway, but then it was like, signs. And then last but not least is that Greek building that is was near Vanderbilt, I believe. It's kind of like crossed. Because I remember specifically it was walking distance. We don't have to take a ride there. So we can actually see both at the same time. It was a much smaller scale than the one in Greek, Rome, whatever. In Europe, it's much smaller scale, but nonetheless, it was very cool. I remember we went there on a summer day. So it was sunny, it was nice, it has a lawn outside, a park area. It was nice. And then of course country hall thing, like hall thing I didn't draw, but I put the guitar there. For country music, I also put a cowboy hat there. Like I said, Science Museum, I have the Deoxys here. Mimikyu is like confused, and happy at the same time. It's very pretty building. I mean, and then because it's Greek origin, I'm trying to figure out what to draw. So I draw the dragon, which is a very cute Charizard, and it's Smoliv. And then I have to draw Wooper on the first because I got my Wooper card in there in Nashville. My first Coral card is actually from Nashville. It's the Wooper. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this artwork. Long explanation than usual. Until next time, have a go, guys. Bye.